Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update. Reuters reports that Egypt's Muslim Brotherhood has blamed Sunday's violent attack in the Sinai along the Egypt-Israel border, which left 16 Egyptian policemen dead, on Israel. The Brotherhood said the attack, quote, can be attributed to Mossad, Israel's intelligence, in what they said was an attempt to topple the new presidency of Mohamed Morsi. A spokesman for the Hamas government in Gaza also claimed Israel was behind the attack, saying it was, quote, an attempt to tamper with Egyptian security and drive a wedge between the Egyptians and the residents of the Gaza Strip. As you may have seen on IBA News, the terrorists in Sinai killed the Egyptian policemen and crossed over the border, infiltrating Israel, strapped with explosives. They were then engaged by the Israel Defense Forces and killed. Although the identity of the terrorists remains unknown at this time, IDF sources said the attackers were probably Bedouin residents of Sinai who were part of a larger global jihad terror cell based in the peninsula. And here in the U.S., following a brutal attack at a Sikh house of worship in a Milwaukee suburb Sunday that left 6 people dead and 3 injured, several Jewish organizations have expressed their condemnation and condolences. Among them, B'nai B'rith International, who said they stand in solidarity with the Sikh community. The National Council of Jewish Women said the fact that this hate crime took place in a house of worship makes it all the more despicable. The Reform Movement's Rabbi David Saperstein, director of the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism, said, America is the most religiously diverse nation in the history of humankind, and hate crimes targeted at religious, racial, or ethnic groups tear at the fabric of our nation. Rabbi Julie Schoenfeld, Executive Vice President of the Rabbinical Assembly, the international umbrella organization for conservative rabbis, referenced the senseless hatred linked to the fast of Tisha B'Av observed last week and said we must all work together to end senseless hatred in our world. The Anti-Defamation League's National Director Abraham Foxman said we strongly condemn violence against any religious group, and we are confident that federal, state, and local law enforcement officials are closely examining the possibility that this was a hate crime. The 40-year-old gunman who was shot and killed by law enforcement was an alleged white supremacist. IsraelDefense.com, an Israeli military magazine, reports that the United States Border Patrol has chosen a new Israeli-developed radar system to protect the U.S.-Mexico border. The radar system, called ELM-2112, is produced by Israel Aerospace Industries' subsidiary Elta Systems and can instantly detect, monitor, and track all human movement up to 12 miles away and double that amount for vehicles. Last year, the U.S. Border Patrol published a tender for a ground surveillance system meant to monitor a large sector of the border against infiltration. Elta's radar was chosen due to its advanced human motion detection features. The JTA reports that Norway's ombudsman for children's rights has proposed that Jewish and Muslim males be circumcised symbolically in a non-surgical ritual. Dr. Ann Lindboe told the newspaper Vartland last month that circumcision in boys was a violation of a person's right to decide over his own body. Muslim and Jewish children are entitled to the same protection as all other children, she said. She added that the practice caused unnecessary pain and was medically unbeneficial. The Children's Ombudsman is an independent governmental institution entrusted with safeguarding the rights of minors. Irvin Cohn, president of the Jewish community of Oslo, said that Norwegian Jews, quote, will not be able to live in a society where circumcision is forbidden. He noted that the mandate of Norway's Children's Ombudsman did not extend to devising Jewish rituals. Religious circumcision has been the subject of great controversy in Europe over the last few months, since a local court in Cologne, Germany, ruled that the ritual can be considered a criminal act. And finally, just one day after the centennial celebration marking the birth of Holocaust rescuer Raoul Wallenberg, another symbol of heroism from the Holocaust era was remembered. Polish government officials on Sunday unveiled a memorial plaque in Warsaw in honor of Warsaw Ghetto hero Janisch Korchak. The unveiling marked 70 years to the date when Korchak, who was director of the Dom Sirot orphanage for Jewish children in Warsaw, was sent to his death along with 192 Jewish orphans at the Nazi extermination camp of Treblinka. Korchak was given several opportunities to avoid this fate, but he insisted on accompanying the children he had cared for. Korchak, who was Jewish, was also an educator, a children's author, and a pediatrician. And that's Shalom TV's news update. I'm Teisha Bader.